Okay. So if the Canadian government approves a law that tomorrow says you're no longer allowed to ride a bike, this is specifically for women, you're not allowed to ride a bike anymore, what would you guys' reaction be?
I'd be shocked.
You'd be shocked?
Yeah.
So what if I told you that it's been like this for 40 years in the Middle East, in Iran specifically? What do you think about that?
I don't think that should be legal.
Yeah, we agree as well. Anyway, thank you guys.
Yeah.
That's all. So if the Canadian government approves a law that to come out of the house, women need the permission of their husbands, what would your reaction be?
Say I'm pretty upset to be Canadian.
Upset, right? So what if I told you that this has been going on for 40 years in the Middle East, Iran specifically?
Right. What have you told me? Well, I'm kind of aware of it, but not the details, but I'm aware of it.
So what would your reaction be?
Terrible.
It's terrible, right? That's the question. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're just asking.
Oh, okay.
We just want to let people know and stuff like that.
No, I was listening. It's awful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. So if the Canadian government approves a law that women are not allowed to enter the sports stadium to watch their favorite team play because there are men there, what would your guys' reaction be?
Yeah, I think that'd be a bit of a
Pretty negative.
Pretty negative, right?
Yeah.
So what if I told you guys that this has been happening for 40 years in the Middle East or Iran specifically?
I did know. I knew that already.
You guys knew that already?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad there. The women don't have equal rights there. We're just trying to spread awareness.
Yeah,
but
I was aware of that. Yeah.
Good on you for doing that.
yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for your time. If the Canadian government approves a law that women are not allowed to divorce their husband, but only the husbands are allowed, what would you guys' reaction be? Unacceptable, right? Now, what about that women are not allowed to shake a man's hand other than their husband or their brother? Unacceptable, right? Now, what if I told you that's been going on for 40 years in Iran right now? 40 years it's been like this.
Wow.
That's just two of the things.
Sad.
For not just its
Exactly.
population of
It's
30 plus
insane. Women
million,
don't have equal
but
rights
as a
there.
nation that
And
supports
we're just trying to spread
human
awareness.
rights and
We didn't
peace
know.
throughout
Yeah.
the human
Thank you
world.
guys. The
Thank you.
Canadian
Thank
government
you, everyone.
approves a law
God bless
that
Canada.
women to come out of the
And may we
house,
continue
they need
this
permission
great
from their
legacy,
husband. What would
which
your reaction
Canada
be?
is very famous for throughout the
not
human
good.
world.
Not good, right?
A legacy of
What if
protecting,
that woman, they're
supporting,
not allowed to shake a
serving
man's
peace
hand
and democracy
unless it's like their
throughout
husband
the
or
human
brother?
world. God bless Canada.
Not good either.
Thank you,
Not good
everyone.
either, right? Now, what if I told you this has been going on for 40 years in Iran?
Yeah,
That's insane, right?
that's insane. I've read about that.
Have you read about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff on this list. There's so many things that they're not allowed to do. Like, they can't even ride a bike outside. That's really weird. But, anyways, thank you very much. With this group over here. Yeah. So if the Canadian government approves a law that women are not allowed to shake a men's hand, what would your reaction be? Like, it's against the law, you'll be thrown in jail for it.
Yeah, that would be wrong.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous,
Yeah.
am I right? Now, what if I told you it's been happening for 40 years in the Middle East, in Iran specifically?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
The Islamic
Yeah. What do you-
Republic.
Exactly, it needs to stop. Like, another example would be that women are not allowed to sing and they're not allowed to be a singer because they are a woman. They're not allowed to do that. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyways, thank you guys for your time.
Yeah, no
thank you very
problem.
much. So if the Canadian government approves a law
Annual
that women don't have the right to choose their outfit and they can't wear whatever they want, what would your reaction be?
In the early
The
1970s.
government doesn't approve.
And with
Yeah, if the government says that women they don't have the right to choose their outfit anymore, what would your reaction be?
a ballooning
I
middle
mean,
class.
every person
And with
should
the
have their own
vast
decision
number of
about
social,
how should they
economic, and political freedoms
wear
which
their
people
clothes. I
around
mean,
earn
Exactly, right?
throughout
There's another one in Iran where that woman they're not allowed to ride a bike.
And violent
What would your- yeah, they can't ride a bike outside. What would your reaction be? That's crazy, right?
that's crazy for me. Everyone has the right to not only ride a bike, drive a car, even a bus if they want. So
exactly. Only men can do that there, but women are not allowed.
Governments and organizations
Right?
around
So-
the world.
That's been going on for 40 years in Iran.
Comically,
all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
The PLO
I think that
organization
in
of
all the
Yasser
Arabic
Arafat
countries,
played a critical role
those kind of things,
under the
I mean, for me, are
government
archaic.
direct guidance
Yeah.
of the
So
government of
I'm
President
from
Jimmy
Europe,
Carter of the
and
United States in
women
order to topple
in,
the imperial
let's say,
and highly democratic
almost has the same right as
regime
men.
of Iran,
And
Yeah.
which was
for
ultimately
me,
brought down
it's how
in
to be
a
done.
coup d'etat
Exactly,
in
yeah.
1979,
Men and
which to
women
this very day
Don't shouldn't have any difference.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you. So if the Canadian government approves a law that women are not allowed to apply makeup and come onto the street, what would your reaction
I
be?
love and respect the nation of America.
Well, I don't really approve of makeup. I think
Okay.
it's poison to put on the
Yeah.
face for one thing.
Yeah.
And, but I agree that if women want to wear that, they should be allowed to,
Yeah.
if they want to. It's their
They-
choice,
They
right?
get thrown in jail for that kind of stuff. Like women aren't allowed to ride a bike. They can't
Where
go
is
to-
this, though?
Iran.
Iran, so they're
Yeah.
not allowed to wear makeup unless they cover it, right? With a
Yeah.
veil or something.
Well, they just can't go on the street with makeup at all.
Okay.
They have to be inside.
Yeah.
Or like women aren't allowed to ride a bike. They're not allowed to go to their favorite
Yeah.
sports stadiums, watch their favorite team.
Yeah,
They're
well,
not allowed
that's
to-
Iran. That's not Canada, right?
Yeah, we know. We just want to spread awareness,
Yeah. Well, I believe Iran should be a free country, but I don't agree that it should try communism first because
Oh, yeah, obviously.
a couple of weeks ago they had a communist party here, and I'm thinking you're going from an Islamic state, a repressive Islamic state, to a communist state. They're going to learn a hard lesson because communism is not the answer to Iran's problems.
I know, we're not. We're,
Okay,
our
and
group's not trying to go
unfortunately, there is a communist side to the Iranian movement
Yeah.
that is dangerous for Iran.
Yeah.
You're going from one hole
To another
into
hole.
another dark
Yeah.
hole. And a lot of people will suffer over it. So they better get smart. They better understand that freedom is going to come at a cost too. But the whole world is dealing with these kind of things. Even in Canada right now, we have trouble with our freedom of speech.
Yep.
With we have a liberal government that's trying to crack down and tell us we can't say this or that, or not allow us to criticize an Islamic religion. Like
Yep.
we are allowed to, as much as I can criticize a Catholic religion
I
or
totally
whatever
agree.
religion.
I totally agree.
So we have to be careful here in Canada, and hopefully the friends of Iran, the Iranian Canadians and Canadians will get the message through to Iranians in Iran that freedom is attainable, but it's going to come at a cost.
Yep.
But don't go down the communist road.
Of course, our group is not trying to go down the communist road. I'm aware that there is a movement, but we're just trying to spread democracy. We're not parliament buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So if the Canadian government approved a law that women are not allowed to shake a man's hand anymore, what would your reaction be? They're not allowed to shake a man's hand. It's illegal. They'll be thrown in jail. What would your reaction be?
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, right? That's insane. What if I told you that's been going on for 40 years in Iran?
Are kept inside. Already 40 years?
40 years. 40 years.
Uh-huh.
What's your reaction to that?
Hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. It's insane. I'll tell you another one. Women, they're not allowed to study at university, such as law, humanities, political science, and many other fields. It's very limited, very limited.
So that means the females, they can still go to university.
They can,
but it's a limited
Yes.
faculties. They
Yes.
can.
Yes. Or like they're not allowed to choose their outfit.
Yeah.
They can't wear makeup outside. They're not allowed to go. They can't ride a bike outside. What would your reaction to these be?
Go away from the country.
Sometimes they're not even allowed to. Sometimes they won't even let them. That's crazy, right? That's insane. Anyways, thank you very much. Yeah.